John Jackson, and we have some really special guests tonight. Some just incredible people. JR and Heather McKee are joining us, and you've probably seen them in the group. They're very active. They have a really unique perspective on this business because, along with a few of us others, they joined the business in the BS world, the before social world. So I wanted to have them tell their story, and then we're going to talk a little bit about respecting the window that we're in right now. And so, which is incredibly important. So, Heather and JR, I'll pass it off to you, and let's hear a little bit about your story.
Great. Thanks, John. So, like John said, we started in the BS world, or the before social world. About 6 years ago, I had a friend of mine introduce me to Nu Skin, and he was actually a qualifying team elite at the time and was doing great things. And really, for me, it was kind of a boom and bust sort of scenario. I got quickly to executive, should say we, although Heather really didn't have a lot to do with it. In fact, when asked, she didn't recall that we had actually done anything with Nu Skin in the past. It was one of more than a half a dozen network marketing opportunities that I had taken advantage of, and she had strictly sworn off. So when she went to Social Success Summit in July, and then came back and said that she wanted to do this after having a good chuckle, I said absolutely, and we jumped in with both feet. So I think the date was July 17th, I think was the date that we said, okay, let's do that. And then we kind of went full bore and worked really hard. And by the end of July, had qualified as executive for August 1st. And so we're gold executives now, and enjoying the ride. And it has been quite a ride. We've had a lot of great opportunity. We both still work. You can see Heather's she's still in her work clothes from today. She's a nurse. I work for a software company, and so through all of this, we talked a lot at TEU about respecting the window, and that's been a really important theme for everything that we've been doing. From that, Heather actually had a neat experience at Jeff Mack's house, and I'll shut up and let her tell that.
My favorite part of TEU was actually at Jeff Mack's house, and what really spoke to me was Leif Edmonds when he stood up and he talked about respecting the window. And you hear so much when people are talking about network marketing, how, in fact, I've had people say it to me, well, it doesn't work unless you're on the ground floor. But we are on the ground floor. We're on the ground floor of this brand new market in social media. And so it's important, and it's important to tell people that too, that this is new, this is different. I've approached people that have done Nu Skin before, and this is a whole new animal from what people have done a couple of years ago. So it was really important for me to hear that, to respect the window, because this is the time and things are growing by leaps and bounds. And of course we want to be here right now. The other thing that he said that really got to me is that you have to pay the price, because regardless of when we're coming in or if this is the best time ever, there is a price to pay. I know I've heard Blake talk about it, and I know John works late into the nights, and Nick as well. And, they're doing a job during the day and then come home and do Nu Skin at night and do everything you can, because there is this window. It's our time to pay the price, and we pay the price now, and we're going to benefit for years and years and years, I feel like. So we're just kind of scrambling, working as fast as we can, and make sure that we're taking advantage of this window that we have right now.
Yeah, I spend about just over an hour each way commuting to work. I ride the train here in Salt Lake. And so I catch the 6:20 a.m. train so that I can be in my office by about 7:30 in the morning. And then I catch the 4:10 train coming home so that I can get home at a decent hour so that our kids know what I look like, maybe interact with me a little bit. But what I find is that the putting in the work and paying the price to take advantage of the window, it means that I don't get a lot of sleep. I think Blake has said this before, that he's working late into the night, and I cut myself off at midnight because a zombie JR is not a useful JR for anybody. So I cut myself off at midnight, but typically end up with about 5 hours of sleep when I do that. And part of paying that price, the aha moment that I really had from TEU in that is being consistent and reaching out to people. I have. When we started this adventure here 2 months ago now, I had about 1,200 friends on Facebook, and I've been consistently adding more and more people to the tune to now I'm over 2,000, approaching 2,100 friends, I think, on Facebook. So I've been trying to grow to that 5,000 number. But the aha moment I had was that, wow, of all of my friends on Facebook now, 40% of them didn't know me in June or in July and weren't able to see what I had posted in the past. And so there's hundreds, literally hundreds of people who I can reach out to. And so between 20 and 25 contacts a day is what I need to do. In fact, last night I went to bed and got in bed and said, oh crap, I haven't done that yet. So I sat in bed going through and sending messages via Messenger on Facebook to people, and it works. Time that I'll do a batch of 25 people, I'll have 2 or 3 who will be like, hey, what is that? And it seems like every day there's somebody new who's starting a post cycle because I was brave enough, I guess, to open my mouth and to get past myself to actually reach out to them and talk about something that we're really excited about. And here I actually just looked up our genealogy here from Nu Skin. And as of this evening, we're at like 76 people that are in our organization in about 8 weeks, almost on the nose, actually. So it's been really exciting. It's been a lot of fun. And I think, this window it's not closing yet, and we don't want it to. And so we'll just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until we can meet our ultimate goals, which will include us working in our pajamas instead of, scrubs are kind of like pajamas, but working in our actual pajamas instead of working clothes, and so that we can enjoy more time with our kids and less time punching a time clock.
I love that. So just to give everyone a little bit of perspective, every window is different. When I came in 5.5 years ago, I came in through TR90, which was the weight management system, and got super excited about that. And it didn't last forever. And it sounds like you guys came in about the same time. Is that right? Remember what window you came in?
Yep. Galvanic Spa, TR90, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about how the windows are different and, what makes this window special. The window that you came in the first time compared to this window this time.
Yeah, the barrier to entry now is non-existent. I mean, I can literally talk with somebody in the afternoon. They can be posting and making money, and be going. Whereas in the past, it was, buy a builder kit at $1,200 to $1,500, and shell out for that. And it makes it real simple to get to executive, because now all of a sudden you buy your own and you need 2 other people, and suddenly at $1,500 a pop, you're in, and you can be an executive. And that's what happened. We got to executive, and then then things kind of fell apart. I didn't have, I should say, the network of people who were willing to help. There was no such thing as a boost group back then. Facebook was alive and well, but changed a lot. And there was no way. I think we signed up 3 people, and which was fantastic, and we did great. But it was very short lived. It was a meteoric rise and an epic fall. So it didn't last. And then the qualifying team elites that actually had signed me up, and I'm still friends with to this day, left and went to another. I think they're onto their third or fourth network marketing company by now. But after leaving that, and how you get to team elite and leave, I still haven't quite figured that one out. But in the end, they did, and but it was at the time, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm more grateful that, John, you were able to convince Heather to go down to Social Success Summit and convert herself before she came back to me. And I was an easy sell. I mean, I've always known that network marketing is going to be the way that that I could do something. Heather and I talk about having $1 million idea all the time. Something, if we could just do something, like a fidget cube, or fidget people have created millions of dollars for themselves now because of a stupid toy. But if I would have thought of something like that, I'm just not that creative. So, but this I can do, and I can talk to people, and I can invite people to keep going, and to have a positive outlook on life, and to use this as a professional development course, but enjoy the commission structure.
I love that. Thanks, guys. This is an example of a power couple right here. We see some power couples in the business, and love seeing couples work together. So I like how JR talked about being consistent. He talked about what he does to be consistent and the price that he's paying, and that Heather's paying, like Heather mentioned. So when I first got started with social media back in May 3rd is when I did my first post. I was like, you know what? I can just throw this stuff up on social media and things will really fall into place. This is the end all be all. And it's just going to, be easier than it ever has. And over time, I realized, the price needs to be paid. And the mindset and the consistency still needs to happen. It's about becoming that better person in the process. And the faster we can go through that in this window, the more we can take advantage of the window. I think social media will be a window that will be unlike any other window. I think it'll be open a lot longer because the world's only going to get more social. It's more like a platform. But it still takes the respect of the window. And I love what Jeff Mack talked about. He talked about learning to love the burn. Learning to love the burn. So when you go to the gym and you're lifting weights and you feel that burn, learning to love the growth, learning to respect maybe the pain that we go through or the learning curve that it takes to be able to make the most of this window, but yet enjoying the process as we go along, getting excited about developing the skill set, which is fantastic that it's a skill set because anyone can do this. Anybody can do this. And if it's a skill set that can be learned, then that just makes it that much better for us. So I wrote down a couple things. There's a phrase, if you're persistent, you'll get it. And if you're consistent, you'll keep it. And I think that's a powerful phrase, especially in the window that we have right now. So another thing Jeff Mack said is, you don't know what's riding on your success. Your opportunity to be a tool for good in this world is directly proportional to your availability to do good, and requires time, and in many cases requires money. So the more time and the more money that we have, it would make sense that the more good we can do in the world. The more that we can fit into this window of opportunity, the more time and the more money and the more free we will be. So just can't, stress that enough. Just doing everything we possibly can. I know that a lot of you out there are you're single moms, and you're trying to make ends meet, and you're providing for a family, and it can be really difficult. And just being able to accept the process, love that burn, and know that it's going to pay off, and just know that everything we can do in this window will pay dividends exponentially for the rest of our time in Nu Skin. So Yeah, it's been fun to see lots of team elites go really hard in certain windows and then maybe back off because you can't go 100% the whole time, right? But this really is it, guys. This is the best window that's out there that's ever happened in the history of this industry, I believe. So, JR and Heather, thank you for sharing your insights. Is there anything that you guys would like to add as we close up?
I don't think so. Thanks for having us. We love this team. I think without the team, we wouldn't be here. The support of the Facebook group, and it's so much fun to see people online and then go to TEU and meet and feel like you know them, and everyone is just so supportive. We've loved that. We've really loved the people we've met. So thank you guys to all of you, because we probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for that. So that means a lot.
Perfect.
What she said.
All right, thanks, guys. What she said, yeah. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and end it. Thanks, guys.